Hey guys, this is All Stream That back with another episode of MLB The Show 19 Road to the Show with our starting pitcher, who is still a closing pitcher, I believe. And we are still in the closing spot. And we come into this episode 8.5 games in second place in the American League Central behind the Cleveland Indians. And these are the games that we have for the month of June, which if we remain a closer, we're going to get through the whole month. We have a road trip to Detroit. We come back home and play Cleveland and Toronto, 3 games apiece. And then 2 games against Pittsburgh at home. Then we travel to Minnesota to play the Twins for a weekend. And then 4 games in Los Angeles against the Angels. And then we have 3 games at home against the Minnesota Twins, and we end out the month with the Chicago White Sox at home. So let's go ahead and get into today's games. And we are going to be in the training facility doing the long distance run. And with that, we're going to gain some durability, some stamina, and improve our home runs per 9 innings. And there's the results. No matter how confident you get, there is always some aspect of your game that you can challenge yourself to improve. And let's go ahead and go for a double performance gain for control. And we are going to speak with Detroit's Watanabe and interact with him ahead of the upcoming game. He sends some banter ahead of the game. We're hot off a series win. We're looking to get another one of these next few days. And he tells you he feels confident that won't happen. And our pitching coach, would you like to get some work in on your pitchers while we've got the time? Of course. A simulated game training facing the team's bench players, and 1,500 is the goal for gold. And here we go. There is strike 1. And that's strike 2 on foul. And that's going to be a hit, and the bases were loaded. We lost 175 points on that. That was ball 1. Strike 1, he misses a fastball. There we go, that's a fly ball. And he's out. That snuck in under the top of the zone for a strike. There's strike 2. Ooh, could have been called either way. Still 1 and 2. And there's a strike. That's a pop out. So let's see if we can get what we need here. I at least want a bronze in every single one of these. If I can get that, then I'm happy. There we go, a 3-pitch strikeout. Perfect. Good strike. Another one. Circle a little bit low. Four seam inside. And we got him. Good circle. Good curve. All right, now I want to throw a fastball up. That was more in the middle. Wow, are you kidding me? I don't mind that in a game, but this is training. So that right there probably cost me a medal. Okay, we're heading the count now. That's a foul. There we go. Terrible. Okay, we got that one. Got that one. We're heading the count. That was inside. Thought that might have hit him. Okay, the count is full. So we're throwing nothing but fastballs now. Wow. And no medal. We got nothing. Some of our stuff still went up. And here we are against the Indians, and we start off with José Ramírez, and we've been sitting for about a week. So this is about a week into the month, and it's our first appearance. And we are up by 1. And there is the first out. And here is Hoskins. That was way late. And that should be caught, and it is. That is out number 2. And here is Francisco Lindor. And that's strike 1. Strike 2 as he fouls off a curve. And we strike him out to end the game. Durability, break, and hits per 9 have gone up on that. And we are going to interact with the Toronto Blue Jays third baseman, Brandon Drury, and let him know that we are not intimidated by his batting average in recent games. He sends us a text trash-talking us and our teammates ahead of the next game. Cool. And he says he plans on getting a few tomorrow. And here we are up against the Toronto Blue Jays, and Drury is actually going to be the fourth hitter if we actually get a if he actually gets a chance. So we need to basically shut these guys out. No hits, nothing. Count is 1-1. He holds off on that curve. Yeah, there was a fastball way inside. There we go. The count is 2-2. We've got a 2-run lead. There we go. We'll strike him out. And here is Teoscar Hernandez. And that is strike one as he holds off on that curve. And that should be caught. And it is. That is out number 2. And here is Josh Reddick. And that's a foul for strike one. And that's a hit. So Brandon Drury is going to be facing us. And here he is. So let's see if we can strike him out, or at least let's see if we can at least keep him off base. He is 0 for 3 today. I'd like to make him 0 for 4. And the count is 1-1. 1-2 off that foul. And that should be caught. And it's out number 3. We got the save. And here we are in another game against the Toronto Blue Jays. We start off with Mariano Tejeda. And that'll be strike one as he watches a fastball. And that's ball one as fastball just barely misses the corner. And that's a good catch by the left fielder. That's O'Neill. He kind of saved us on that one. Here's Corson. That was ball one. That's strike one. There we go, 1-2. And he swings and misses on a curve for strike 3. And here is Josh Reddick. He is 3 for 3 with a double and 2 singles today. And that's going to be caught for out number 3, and we get another save. And we are going to interact with Jose Barrios, the starting pitcher from the Minnesota Twins. Barrios sends you a text ahead of the game acknowledging your recent series loss. Way to kick us when we're down. We'll use that as motivation during this series. Barrios tells you that he's certain that you're not getting back on track this series, unfortunately. And here we are against the Minnesota Twins. starting off with Jose Abreu, and it is tied in the bottom of the ninth. Let's try to end in 12 pitches or less without allowing a run. So we have a chance to pick up a win today. We can also pick up a loss, but we cannot pick up a save. And the count is now 0-2 to Abreu. And that is going to be caught in foul territory by the first baseman for out number 1. And here is C.J. Crone. He's 3 for 3 today. And that fastball's up and in for ball 1. And that's strike 1 on a foul. Strike 2 on a foul. The count is 1-2. And they're going to call that one a ball, so it's 2-2. Still 2-2 on a foul. And the count is 3-2 as the circle misses. And we are not going to end it in 12 pitches or less. Well, we still could. So basically this next pitch needs to be an out. And it's not, so the challenge failed. Okay, so it took 13 instead of 12. It figures. And we keep going in the 10th. Still tied at 5 apiece. And there's strike 1 on a curveball right down the middle. Fastball just underneath the top of the zone for strike 2. And there's strike 3. And here is Williams Astudillo. Strike 1. Strike 2 on a foul. And that's a fly ball. It looks like the right fielder is going to get there, and it's out number 2. And here is Jorge Polanco. He's 1 for 2 with a double. And there is strike 1 on a curve. And that's a fly ball. It looks as though the right fielder is going to get to that one too, and that's out number 3. And we keep going. Still 5-5. And that is strike 1 as he swings at a low curve. Strike 2 as he misses a low circle. And he swings through a fastball for out number 1. here is Scope. Strike one. That's a fly ball. It looks like it's going to be caught, and it is. Out number 2. And here is Jake Cave. And the first baseman will grab that and take it to first by himself. That's out number 3. And here we are again, still 5-5, bottom of the 12th, and it's José Abreu. There is ball 1. Strike 1. Strike 2. Count is 2-2 to Abreu. Still 2-2 on a foul. And there we go. That's going to be caught by the left fielder for out number 1. And it's C.J. Crone. Ground ball to the shortstop, and that'll be out number 2. And here's Max Kepler. And that's strike 1 on a low fastball. Strike 2, he holds up on it, but it's a called strike. And he holds up on that one, and he strikes out. And no score in the top of the 13th, so it is still 5-5. And there's ball 1 on a low fastball. And that is a ground ball to the second baseman for out number 1. And there's a hit. So there's now a runner on first with 1 out. And there's strike 1 to Polanco. And there's out number 2 on a fly ball. And that's a wide curveball. And that's a pop-up. It looks like that one's going to be caught to end the inning, and it is. Still 5-5. And here is Jonathan Scope. Still 5-5. And this is the 6th inning of work in this game. There we go, it's 1-1. So this is pretty much like coming in for a start. Count is 3-1. Three and two. Wow. I think that was rigged. I hit that spot on, I thought. Okay. And the game is over. On a home run by Jake Cave. So, we come in the 9th with a tie score, and we let it go in the 14th with a 2-run home run. And we come back the next day in the bottom of the 9th. We are up by 2. And we have Polanco. And there's ball 1 right off the bat. And ball 2, as our timing is now completely shot somehow. There we go. Count is 2-1. And that's a ground ball to first for out number 1. And here is Garcia. And that'll be strike 1 on a foul. Ball 1 on a low and outside fastball. And he holds up on a circle that's called a ball. And the count is now 2-2. Let's record a ground out. If it'll let me pitch here. And it's a line out. And here is Jonathan Scope with 2 outs. And that's ball 1. And there is strike 1. The count is 1-1. And that should be the 3rd out. And we've got it. We have the save. And we get another game against the Twins. Let's just go for 1 strikeout and no runs. We are up by 1 in the bottom of the 10th. And that is going to be out number 1 on a fly ball out to left center. Here's Williams Astudillo. And there's strike 1. Strike 2 on a circle right down the middle that he doesn't even look at. And that will be a fly ball out to right field for out number 2. And here's Mitch Garver. So this has to be a strikeout in order to be good for the challenge. Count is 1-1. 1-2. And we won't get the challenge, but we'll get the save as the second baseman catches the pop-up for the out. Our pitching staff hasn't registered as many Ks as most teams in our league. Let's take that as a challenge. Strikeouts per 9 has a double performance gain. And here we are against the Los Angeles Angels, and we have, I believe it's a 3-run lead. It is a 3-run lead. We need 1 strikeout and no runs. There's ball 1 to Kugler. Ball 2 to Kugler. Strike 1. Count is 2-1. Two and 2 on a foul. Still 2-2. And there's a hit. And here's Babe Pena. And there's strike 1 to Pena. Ball 1 apparently. So the count is 1-1. And there's a fly ball to left field, caught for out number 1. And here's Ryan Morris. And that's a foul for the first strike. 0-2 with a fastball. One and 2, fastball just outside. And that's going to be another single. I would have been happy with at least 1 out there. Here's Valeka. He's got a 1-0 count. One and 1 on a foul. And that's a home run. That's going to tie the game. So we've blown our save. That's his second of the year, 429 feet, 103 miles on exit. And Kevin McCarthy will come in and pitch for us. And we have lost 6-5. And we are going to interact with Jonathan Scope, the second baseman for the Minnesota Twins, and deride his poor power numbers. He sends us some banter ahead of the game. Try to pick up a hit before you bring the trash talk. He says he plans on getting a few tomorrow. And here we are against the Minnesota Twins. And Scope will be the fourth hitter. No extra base hits, no runs. We are up by 1 in the top of the 9th. Strike 1 to Buxton. Strike 2 to Buxton. And we'll catch him looking on 3 straight pitches. We have 18 saves on the year. We are number 6 in the league. And here is Jorge Polanco. And that is strike 1. He'll take that curve off the top of the zone, and that's going to be a foul. So the count is 0-2. And that's a hit. And that's fine. We can't do any extra base hits. So I would love to get a ground ball here. Looks like it's going to be up in the air, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field for out number 2. So here comes Jonathan Scope. He's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs today. We can walk him if we need to, but I don't want to. The count is 0-2. And it's still 0-2. And that's a ground ball, and that's out number 3. We've completed the challenge. And we picked up a save. And here we are against the Chicago White Sox, and we have a 3-run lead in the top of the 9th. Here's Jake Dye. Ball 1 on a low circle. And that is a ground ball to the third baseman and an easy out number 1. And here is Kiki Hernandez. He is 0 for 1 with 3 walks today. And that is ball 1 on a circle outside. Ball 2 on a 4-seam low and outside. There we go. 2-1 as he fouls off a fastball. He'll foul off another fastball. The count is 2-2. And another foul. Still 2-2. Three and 2 on a fastball just inside. And he is starting to foul everything off now. That's 10 pitches so far. Another foul. And another foul. And that circle caught the zone, and he just watched it. He thought it was ball 4. Okay, and here's Fuzzy Miklich. And that is going to be strike 1 on a long foul. Almost had home run distance. There's strike 2. And strike 3. We got the save. So in this episode, we have gone 13 and 11 and 14 and 11 for the month because we played Tampa Bay in the last episode to finish out the series that we were on. And at the end of June, we have a total of 20 saves. We have 31 and 2/3 innings. We have an ERA of 3.69. We have 20 strikeouts and a WHIP of .98. And as a team, our record is 38 and 42. We are 13 games behind the Cleveland Indians in the American League Central. And we are 3.5 games back behind the Houston Astros in the American League wildcard race. And with 12 days to go before the All-Star game, let's take a look at where we're at. Right now we are 5th in the closing pitcher voting with 244,000 votes. Jose Alvarado is the leader with 343,000 votes. And the awards for June, the Player of the Month for the American League is Angels pitcher Scott Barlow. Center fielder Mike Trout, also of the Angels, is the American League Player of the Month. And Fernando Lopez, also of the Los Angeles Angels, is the American League Rookie of the Month. And Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers is the National League Pitcher of the Month. Michael Conforto of the Arizona Diamondbacks is the Player of the Month. And Will Johnson of the St. Louis Cardinals is the National League Rookie of the Month. And that is going to end today's episode. I want to thank everybody for watching. My name is Allstream. Hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications.